Now where do I begin? Ah, yes, the dark, dreadful trenches of World War II in 1914. I was enlisted for COVID testing and
Isaiah, what are you doing?
I'm just screwing around. We're recording?
No, Sherlock.
Okay,
God damn it. We even got the dates wrong.
Yeah, you know what? I don't need you telling me that I failed.
Yeah, that's right. Walk away.
Beat this college.
Isaiah, this project ain't about you. This is Brandon's project.
Yeah, Isaiah.
Fine, I don't like you anymore.
Oh, God damn it. Alright, so where do I begin? Okay, so for those of you who are still here, sorry about that earlier. My name is Brandon Respicio, and I am an education major at the University of Guam. And this is my ED 201 project about my lifespan video, and I hope you enjoy. So let's start from the beginning. I was born on June 5th, 2001 in the small Marianas Islands. My mom's name is Monica, and my dad's name is Patrick. Sadly, life had to throw me a curveball, and on February 15th, 2002, there was an accident that took the life of my father. During that time, I was only 8 months old.
That's too soon.
This means that my mom had to work extra hard. During this time in Erickson's theory, this involves trust versus mistrust and autonomy versus shame and doubt. For trust and mistrust, it was easy for me because I only had one parent figure at the time to teach me everything while growing up. For the autonomy versus shame and doubt parts, it was somewhat easy for my mom, mainly because she had 2 children before me. However, she didn't raise them alone. Some physical changes that can be seen is me becoming bigger and my height becoming a little bit taller. Next, I will be explaining my early childhood to middle childhood. This can range from the ages of 3 to 12 years old. In Erickson's theory, the 2 personality attributes is initiative versus guilt for early childhood and industry versus inferiority during middle childhood. During early childhood, this is the time where most children enter elementary school. There, they learn self-concept and join in group activities. They also develop a high self-esteem and empathy. I personally experienced all of these different explanations myself growing up. I was a pro-social child and would usually find myself in social gatherings doing activities with my cousins who were about the same age as me. It is also the time I formed new friendships in school. This is a positive attribute to Erickson's theory because this would be the first time that children is experienced to other peers that are not related to them. Moving into middle childhood, instead of just focusing on Erickson's theory, I will be veering towards another theorist named Piaget and focusing on his theory of concrete operational thought. This concrete operational stage usually takes place in children between the ages of 7 and 11 years old. This is where conversation and classification come into play. Conversation is where students begin to learn how to take turns while speaking, and classification refers to the children becoming more aware of who they are more compatible with and what is more valuable to them. Both conversation and classification are true because during elementary and in middle school, I found myself hanging out with a specific group of friends. Refocusing back on Erickson's theory, during middle school, industry versus inferiority is evident. During this period of youth, self-concept, social comparison, and self-esteem are all a part of the growing process of the child. All of these are evident in my youth as well. I began to compare myself with my peers, realizing just how different I actually am. This is also the time where my self-esteem began to adjust and level out while in school. So the final 2 parts that I will be explaining in my lifespan video is Erickson's theory of identity versus role confusion and intimacy versus isolation. For adolescents, Erickson's theory of identity versus role confusion is most prominent in their life. Adolescents usually age between 12 to 18 years old. During this time, a lot of self-understanding, gender typing, and peer relations are a part of everyday life. They go through some major changes of self-concept and self-esteem. They begin to form friendships and cliques as well as improve on their parent-child relationships. For me, this is where I realized most of my life changing. On the friends side, I began to form even closer bonds with the friends that I already had. A major example are these losers that are on the screen right now. In fact, the one on the right of the photo is Christian Geraldo, and he's the one helping me edit this video.
Hey yo!
These three made a huge impact on my life. They're the ones that helped me boost my self-esteem as well as make sure that I don't do anything negative. Besides this group of friends, I also joined many different support groups that my high school offered, one of which was the University of Guam's Upward Bound program. This program not only helped me prepare myself for college, it also helped me learn how to better interact with people in different ways. On the family side, I became closer with my stepfather, Pete, and his family. First, I was a bit cautious with them, but as time passed, I began to open up. In addition to getting close with his side of the family, I also became closer to my side too. I began to hang out with my brothers more and help them out if they ever needed it. I also spend a lot more time with my mom now. The last theory I will be talking about is the intimacy versus isolation theory. This is where close relationships, the family life cycle, and the diversity of adult lifestyle occurs. I myself am 19 years old and just entered this dilemma. For close relationships, there have been some close calls during high school and while in college, but never really took off. In the family life cycle section, I know that I am not going to leave my house very soon. I'm going to try my best to finish college and become financially stable before moving out of my parents' house. For the diversity of adult lifestyles, I know I'm going to spend a large portion of my adulthood in singlehood. I hope that I would find someone and acquire a cohabitation lifestyle and live a happy life with them. In conclusion, my life is a pretty simple one. I feel like that I have accomplished many things in the past, and I know I will accomplish more in the future. And that concludes my presentation on my lifespan video. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe.